So, can you tell me the backstory about this? Because this hasn't been here for that long.
So they opened this up about 2 years ago. They had another person running it, and then they had another person during the winter. And this past
that's me. I forgot.
Past winter, I went home. I used to work at 19 Raw, and I always saw this. And I'm from Atlanta, and I worked for a lady named Annie Catrona. She's very farm to table, and so I wanted to do something with the farm. Like I told you before, I've worked at a barbecue restaurant, fine dining. I've even worked at a farm to table, spot just like this, and everything called Starboard Visions. So I turned around and kept sending my resume. They didn't really look at it until I got here face to face, and they finally saw it was for real, for what I wanted to do, and I've done this before. And I brought my big boy smokers so I can do a whole hog and everything down the road. So I took over about 4 weeks ago, and that's where the new menu's coming together with the salmon, with the hippie nuggets only on the waffle nuggets only on Sundays, and we got more specials coming too. Like I have a tofu egg replacement.
So for the record, what's your full name? And
my full name is Guy Wallace Bottoms Jr., but I go by Junior or Hippie Head Chef.
What, say it again,
Guy Wallace Bottoms Jr. Or Hippie Head Chef. Or Chef Jr.
Hippie Head Chef.
Yep, it's right here. HAC in the Army means headquarters company, and I turned that to Hippie Head Chef.
Love this guy. You know that.
Yeah.
I turned HAC in the Army means headquarters company. I turned that to Hippie Head Chef. I was in the Army 11 years. I'm ex-military police, K9 SWAT Intel. Police kid for Colonel Sergeant Major, been to Iraq twice, 4 years in South Korea. I have a surgical nurse and baking pastry, and I live in a van with my dog on the vineyard right now. And I rock and roll. I have a house in Atlanta, but this is what I do. I love what I do. I'm 41. I'm 41 and I don't give a. She's over there. I'm in the air. I have an air conditioner and everything for her. And I got to actually get my monitor in a minute so I can monitor her and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's the story on this whole thing. We just took over 4 weeks ago. I got Chef Crumbs in there, who I trained the last few years at night. Because they eat up every crumb. I'm a Hippie Head Chef. It's kind of a working thing we got going. And I trained him the last few years at 19 Raw when I was a sous chef and everything. So it's kind of brought him over here with me. And I got a couple other guys I'm working with.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
I got Georgia boy tatted on their back. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm like,
how'd you hear about the vineyard though?
So 2 years ago, April 13th, 2 years ago, my dad passed away.
Oh, sorry.
Kevin Rathman, if you ever heard of Kevin Rathman, he beat Bobby Flay back in 07 on Iron Chef. He's a really good friend of mine. I did 2 Super Bowl events with him. I've done a whole bunch of other events with him. I've never worked for him. I've just been his really good friend. And he knew my dad. I did 225 slabs of ribs for him one time. And he reached out to me after my dad passed. Like, hey, I have a spot. A friend of mine, get away from Atlanta, get your mind cleared. So I came up here without my dog the first year. Last year I came with my dog, and this year I tricked out a van. And all my Army, I had 3 Army battle buddies that tricked out my van. Like I have a full-size bed that lifts up. We took out the passenger seat. We welded a metal frame that bolts down and built a dog bed.
Yeah.
I have a drop-down TV.
Is that here?
Yeah, it's right on. It's over in the park. I have a drop-down TV. I have Wi-Fi. I have solar panels.
Can we get a little shot of you?
Nah, it's dirty. I just got up this morning. Like I get up at 4 o'clock. I'm trying to organize, but it's like I gotta go.
Yeah,
so was your dad a chef?
And now my dad did 20 years in the Navy.
Oh, okay.
I'm ex-Army, and then my younger brother's Marine, and my youngest brother's Army. We're all a military family.
Big military family.
Yeah. So it's the other thing I'm trying to do. Later on this year, we want to smoke a whole hog, and later on this year, we want to do a wine pairing dinner, and the money that we earn is going to go to veterans and mental health. I'm all about taking care. I actually want to travel across the country with my smoker and smoke meats for veterans and mental health.
Oh my God.
Well, we can do 2 articles here because we have another part called community program. So if you just get that going, then we'll have that.
We're working on that, bro.
So the connectivity between, other than just having this being in the parking lot, is there a connectivity between?
This is their food truck.
Oh, it is their food truck.
We're separated when it comes to money situation, but I get all my, bakery does all my stuff. I get fresh ingredients and all this stuff.
Oh, so it's farm to truck.
Yeah.
That's going to be the title.
Chef, you mind if I get in there?
Let me make sure it's not.
Listen, I'm just going to get their hands.
They can sit side by side and share a meal and like have a regular